Hello students, in this video we are going to see 8th standard history second lesson from trade to territory part 1. Let's start. Let's see the synopsis. Objective, introduction, establishment of political power by East India Company, Battle of Plassey, Battle of Boxer and Carnatic Wars. The objective of this lesson is to know the rise of political power by English East India Company, to know about the Battle of Plassey and the Battle of Boxer, and the last is the Carnatic Wars. Let's see the introduction. Europe did many geographical discoveries through land route and sea routes in 15th century. Vasco da Gama discovered a new sea route from Europe to India in 1948. So, during the 15th century, the European people founded the new geography discoveries through land route and sea route. Okay, the Vasco da Gama, the Portuguese, he discovered a new sea route from Europe to India in 1948. The main aim of the discovering sea route is to establish the trade and political supremacy. European who came to India is, first one is the Portugal, following by the French, Danish, and the last who came to India was British. The main aim of the discovery was to gain more profit, political power in this land. The rule of East India Company was effective after the conquest of Bengal. The main interest of East India Company in India was territorial and commercial expansion. Let's see establishment of political power by English East India Company. Battle of Plassey. In 1756, Alivardi Khan, the Nawab of Bengal, died and his grandson Siraj-ud-Dowla ascended the throne. With this advantage of Nawab's weakness, the British seized the power. Siraj-ud-Dowla attacked British over the political settlement of Calcutta by capturing their factory at Qasim Bazar. On 20th June 1756, Fort William surrendered, but Robert Clive recovered Calcutta. Dear students, in 1756, Alivardi Khan died. After his death, his grandson, who was known as Siraj-ud-Dowla, ascended the throne. Knowing this situation and the advantage of the Nawab's weakness, British decided to attack Siraj-ud-Dowla, but Siraj-ud-Dowla also gave a strong defeat to British. In this battle, Siraj-ud-Dowla captured the Calcutta and the Qasim Bazar. In 20th June 1756, Fort William also surrendered to Siraj-ud-Dowla, but soon it was recovered by Robert Clive. On 20th February 1757, Treaty of Alinagar was signed, where Siraj-ud-Dowla conceded practically all his claim. British then captured Chandranagur, which was the French settlement, in 1757. The Battle of Plassey took place between British East India Company and the Nawab of Bengal, that is Siraj-ud-Dowla, and French allies on 23rd June 1757. The English force under Robert Clive defeated Siraj-ud-Dowla. After the collapse of Bengal, the company gained a huge amount of wealth from Bengal and used it to strengthen the military force. The beginning of the British political power swayed over the India may be traced from the Battle of Plassey. It was the most decisive battle that marked the beginning of British rule in India for the next 2 centuries. Next, we will see Battle of Boxer. After the Battle of Plassey, the British had a right to have free trade in Bengal, Bihar and Orissa. It received a place of 24 paraganas in Bengal. Mir Jafar, his period is 1757 to 1760. The Nawab of Bengal, however, fell into arrears and was forced to rule in favor of his son-in-law Mir Qasim. Mir Qasim ceded Burdwan, Midnapur and Chittagong. He shifted his capital from Murshidabad to Mohangir. Mir Qasim soon revolted as he was angry with the British for misusing the free duty passes. However, having been defeated by British, he fled to Awadh, where he formed a confederacy with Shah-ud-Dawla and Shah Alam. The battle was fought on October 22nd, 1764 at Boxer in Bihar. Boxer was a small fortified town within the territory of Bihar, located on the banks of Ganga river about 130 kilometers west of Patna. It was a decisive victory for British East India Company. Shah-ud-Dawla, Shah Alam and Mir Qasim were defeated by General Hector Monroe. Mir Jafar was again placed on the throne. On Mir Jafar's death, his son Nizamud-Dawla was placed on the throne and signed Allahabad Treaty on 20th February 1765, by which the Nawab had to disband most of his army and to administrate Bengal through a deputy Subedar nominated by the company. Robert Clive concluded two separate treaties with Shah-ud-Dawla and Shah Alam too. Dual system of government started in Bengal. With this, Battle of Boxer came to an end. I hope you would have understood till this. Let's see Carnatic Wars. Carnatic Wars were fought between Indian rulers, British and France in 18th century. Traditionally, Britain and France were rival countries in Europe. Their rivalry continued in India over trade and territories. This was spanned from 1746 to 1763. These wars resulted in establishment of political supremacy of British East India Company in India. Here we have a flow chart of Carnatic Wars. First Carnatic War, the period is 1746 to 1748. The second Carnatic War, 1749 to 1754. The period of third Carnatic War was 1756 to 1763. Let's see first Carnatic War. The period was 1746 to 1748. Due to the outbreak of Austrian War in Europe, English and France on the opposite camps increased hostility between them. This echo was felt in India, so the war was started in India. Next is the Battle of Adayar in 1746. The first Carnatic War is remembered for the Battle of Santham between French force and the Anwaruddin. The Nawab of Carnatic sought the help from British. French army under Captain Paradise defeated Indian army under Mofus Khan on the bank of river Adayar. The first Carnatic War came to an end by the Treaty of Axela Chapel. The war was ended by treaty, which brought Austrian war to an end. Under the treaty terms, Madras was returned to English and the French got territories in North America. Next is the second Carnatic War. The year was 1749 to 1754. The main cause of this war was due to the succession between Carnatic and Hyderabad. The two claimants of the throne were Anwaruddin Khan and Chanda Sahib. Nasir Jung and Muzaffar Jung were the claimants to the throne of Hyderabad. The French were with Chanda Sahib and Muzaffar Jung, whereas the British were with the other claimants, that is Anwaruddin Khan and Nasir Jung, keeping their interest in Deccan region. Next, we will see the Battle of Ambur that took place in the second Carnatic War in the year 1749. Chanda Sahib and Muzaffar Jung formed an alliance and defeated Anwaruddin Khan on August 3rd, 1749. Muhammad Ali, son of Anwaruddin, fled to Tiruchirappalli. Chanda Sahib became the Nawab of Carnatic and rewarded the French 40 villages around Pondicherry. In the Deccan, French killed Nasir Jung and made Muzaffar Jung as the Nizam, that is ruler. He appointed Dupleix as the governor of all territories. Later in 1751, he was assassinated by his own people. Salabat Jung brother was raised to throne by Basi. He granted northern Sircars, excluding Guntur district, to the French. Let's see Battle of Arcot in 1751. Dupleix sent forces to capture the fort of Trichy, where Muhammad Ali had taken shelter. Chanda Sahib also joined the French. British Governor Sounder accepted the proposal of French with 200 Englishmen and 300 Indian soldiers, entrusting the task of capturing Arcot. His attack proved successfully. Robert Clive defeated French at Arni and Kaveri Park. With the assistance of General Stringer Lawrence, Chanda Sahib was killed in Trichy. Muhammad Ali was the Nawab of Arcot under British protection. The French government recalled Dupleix to Paris. This Second Carnatic War came to an end with the Treaty of Pondicherry, that is in the year 1755. Dupleix was succeeded by Godheu. He accepted the Treaty of Pondicherry. Both the powers agreed not to interfere the internal affairs of the native state. This treaty made the British stronger. They were to retain their old position. New forts should not be built by either power. The treaty made the British stronger. The English proved their superiority on land by appointing Muhammad Ali as the Nawab of Carnatic. The French were still very powerful in Hyderabad. However, the prominent position of the French in the Deccan Peninsula was definitely undermined in this war. Let's see Third Carnatic War that lasted for 1756 to 63. The outbreak of 7 Years' War in Europe led to the Third Carnatic War in India. By the time Robert Clive established the British power in Bengal by the Battle of Plassey, which provided them with the necessary finance for the Third Carnatic War. Count de Lay was deputed from France to conduct the war from the French side. He easily captured Fort St. David. He ordered Bazzi to come down to the Carnatic with his army to make a united fort to push the British out of the Carnatic. Taking advantage of Bazzi's departures, Robert Clive sent Colonel Ford from Bengal to occupy the northern Sircar, that is the part of Andhra Pradesh and Odisha. Next, in this Third Carnatic War, the important war was Battle of Vandivash, that is in the year 1760. The Third Carnatic War was fought on January 22nd, 1760. The English army under the General Eyre Court totally routed French army. Within a year, French lost all the possession in India. Lally returned to France, then was imprisoned and executed. This Third Carnatic War came to an end by the Treaty of Paris in 1763. The 7-year war was concluded by the Treaty of Paris. Pondicherry was given back to the French, but they were forbidden from fortifying those places. They were not allowed to gather armies. The French dominator in India finally came to an end. I hope you would have understood. If you have any comments, any queries, kindly comment below. If you like this video, comment, share and don't forget to subscribe. All the best. Thank you. I will meet you in the next video.